to the audio show.
So if you have woken up to this and you're telling me that you actually like what's going on here, as far as how Amber is doing her thing at this point in time, then maybe we're seeing two different things. Let's go.
Exactly.
No, it wasn't then.
The guts bubbling.
Especially me being big and pregnant.
Okay,
It's
no,
hard
we're not
to
to
do.
go too
Okay.
much. Too much. I'm sorry. But that was, I can't believe we all got food poisoning. That California trip was epic.
Or we were all sleeping in bed together.
Oh my God.
And then
So I've been noticing that Shayla and Amber has been doing this reminiscing, and Amber has been allowing this reminiscing. And I get it, you want to be friends with Shayla, but you do remember what happened, correct? It's almost like we've now forgotten all of what has occurred and what we've been left with, which is weird and it's a bit unfair. What we've been left with is Anthony and Shayla has done this thing, but Amber has done nothing at all, and so she deserves all the joy in the world. That is now what we're starting to peer into, which is quite interesting, right? Because now it looks like Anton is just the sole destructive, weird, whatever it is kind of force, but now Shayla is basically here kikiing with Amber again, even after like a secret thing the other night.
they found themselves coming on our
What
trip.
was they doing on our trip? That's what I'm trying to figure. So you on a girls trip? What are you doing here?
But it was just so many people.
Hey,
who was there.
babe.
Right.
Man,
What? Yeah.
I gotta run to the store a little later.
Oh.
Y'all need anything?
No, we're good. But anyway, I cannot believe that they was on a girls trip. Like,
Why?
what are you
Just
doing?
why?
Wait, remember who was drugged when we first got there? Who was it? I can't remember. Somebody was elevated.
It was
Dylan.
No, what's
Was it Dylan? I can't remember.
oh at the airport, yeah, we had to
Yes,
roll him out.
yes. Like
We were in a girls trip, matter of fact. That's a good time,
that
though.
was so much
I
fun.
need something like that
I
now
know.
that I'm a mom. I can be in like a little. I take my breaks.
Girl, not
of
a
course.
wife. I need that.
Yeah.
Babe,
You know what I'm saying?
Babe.
Yes, yes.
you added that oat milk.
Okay, just
you want me
grab some oatmeal, babe. You can do it, okay? So anyway, I was thinking of
So what we're getting is social cues, and the cue is saying, hey, it's time for Shayla to leave, but Shayla is still inside of their house. And who is the main person having Shayla inside of their house? I don't want you to give me this in the Ambrites, because Angela can say, I know you're good at this. You're good at trying to hide and mask your hand and do every single thing different. And this is exactly why O'Neill calls these things out, because if he doesn't, what you're going to do is you're going to keep up with the facade. That's like without see what's going on. You're going to get blind to it. We start get blind to it now. It's almost like, okay, and don't feel away, friends. Some of the times, the Amber fans them act like us Amber fans act like we are Trump supporters, basically. And you know what I mean? Blindly, like MAGA, like when MAGA blindly follow basically MAGA people them. You know what I mean? Like we don't see what this is going on. If you think and you telling me that you don't like this, right? Because that's what I'm saying sometimes. If you're telling me that you like how this is playing out, then it's interesting. Let me just say that much. It's quite interesting. Then I don't want to hear it when Anthony does his things that he's doing, because again, why is Shayla still inside of the house? Why is Shayla here? Why is Shayla not able to drop off the kid and go and then just have a cordial relationship and that's about it? Why is she still there? What is the purpose of her being there? I just don't like the fakeness. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, let's keep going.
Queens together with Ernestine. We even talk about going to the Bahamas.
That'd be nice.
Yes, you should take Kai somewhere like
I
that.
have to. I want to take him to the beach. I want to see like how he reacts to the water.
In the sand.
Oh,
They-
he will
babies,
love
they
it.
love the sand. I just,
Okay.
he's still sleeping, that little sleep, but yeah. You know where you should take him? You should go down to Orlando or Destin.
Oh, that would be really
Girl, I
nice.
went to
I think
Destin.
you would absolutely love
You guys sure you don't need anything?
No, they were good. I'll see you later. So the water there is like crystal clear.
Really, it feels like you're African.
Yeah, it feels like you're in Mexico somewhere. And that way you don't have to worry about getting on his passport and all that stuff.
So let me say this. If I was a man and this exactly was what was going on, I would not be comfortable with it. I've already seen exactly Shayla in action. I've already watched Shayla in action a couple times. I know that Shayla does things when she does them. When she's ready to do them, she does them. Now, people go and say, but O'Neill, you preach forgiveness and you know what I mean? And that doesn't mean if having a house 24/7. It doesn't mean that. Not because I've forgiven you doesn't mean that I need to have you inside of my house 24/7 and I need to be the bestest of friends. Because that's where they are again and back to the same old thing. And this is exactly why people push back so much on the Amber character. This is what I think people are not getting. This is why people push back. This is why people are pushed back. It's not because of anything else. They're pushing back because they're starting to see different things that people are making it look like them not seeing. And you can't tell me you're not seeing. You can't tell me, say, if you're telling me say you're not seeing this, borrow my glasses. Borrow my glasses because something going on right here. So if you tell me that you're not seeing what's going on. You know what is the harsh reality? It looked like Anthony's the one that broke up their friendship. But really, is Anthony the one that broke up their friendship? Let me ask you guys a question. The friendship that Shayla and Amber had, who broke up their friendship? You can't tell me says Amber break up them friendship now because Amber actually didn't break up them. I mean, you can't tell me that it's Anthony break up them friendship. It sounds like it's Anthony break up them friendship, but not Anthony. The person who tested that friendship was Shayla. But what it look like right now is that because what they're playing to the audience is that women power and girl power, and let's join hands together, girls. Even though you have done this thing, don't worry, is the man is the bad guy again. Even though I whip Anthony and me beat him, But what I don't want to see happen is that you try to give Shayla a pass because we love Amber so much. We are trying to see if we can give Shayla a pass because that's right now what they're playing in front of your face. And so because of that, me can't give Amber a pass. But anyways, let's keep rocking. Okay, so let's call it down the middle. There's a couple things going on. Let me first start by saying Anthony does need to start speaking up as far as Amber is concerned. However, I guess he might try to keep the peace at this point in time because that's who Anthony is. He's just not an argumentative guy. It seems like it, and y'all can try and think that's what he is, but he's not. He's not. Him not. You know what I mean? He's not that type of guy. Not that engaging, over the top, brash, in your face kind of. He's not that kind of guy. But him should stand up and start mentioning something that, hey, I prefer if Shayla just come by and just drop the kid off and then move on to whatever it is. I'd prefer if that happened. Just like how him cannot go over to Shayla's house and be there that long and be doing whatever it is, anything else. Besides, you want to keep the lines them drawn so that way, people don't get too comfortable. But basically what's going on is Amber has gotten the woman very comfortable back in her life again. You know what I mean? And it why people keep giving Amber this flack is because this is Amber's doing. This is not Anthony's doing. The person that's really inviting Shayla into their home is Amber. Again, this, before everything broke out, this was O'Neill's take every single time. I kept saying, watch how Amber bring these things into, she dragged them into our marriage. Anthony have been in his, but them must show you a particular point at this point in time. Look how she going to drag it back again into the marriage. Because she's back. She's back. She's back. Shayla is definitely back. She's there. She has spent time. She's hanging out. They're keeping secrets. But don't worry. I know Angela Atkins will give me some fine excuse as to exactly why this is great. No, I know I'm going to get a fine excuse as to, how lovely, yes, and I'm going to get a very plausible excuse why this is so great. Even though with chastisement, I'm going to get a plausible excuse. I know I'm going to get a great excuse as to why, whatever it is. Go ahead, put your excuse in that chat. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to talk to y'all.